in our day. So the strings are rusty, the keys begin to crack. On the old piano, nobody can play.
When I started playing this improvised and composed acoustic guitar music, and people were going, oh, that's really avant-garde, you know, that you're knocking on the guitar, I was kind of like, well, I actually learned that on a Doc Watson record where he says, I hear you, baby, knocking on the door, and he knocks. There's a lot of stuff like that. There's examples of Blind Willie McTell, Roy Smet, guys like that playing Behind the Bridge. And then, of course, the Delta Blues, the slides, some of it gets pretty out there, you know, so. I grew up with the psychedelic music, which was all about kind of long, weird jams and weird sound effects and stuff like that. So to me, it isn't like, oh, I'm doing something revolutionary. I'm just sort of doing what I'm used to. Shockabilly used to do this rake and plunger medley, and we would do little bits of songs that, you know, we started out with Inagata to Plunger and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Plunger, and then it was sort of like I aimed at the hit parade. Hall & Oates and Prince and Michael Jackson and the stuff that was popular when Shockabilly was around.
At my door, the leaves are falling. The cold wild wind, it comes. Sweethearts walk by together, but I still miss someone.
The content of the song often has something to do with what I do with it. You know, if it's a funny song, it's just a serious song. If it's a serious song, I might want to make fun of it somehow, yet retain the seriousness of it. That's a real challenge.
I still miss someone. He's paranoid.
If they describe a fight in a bar, well, you know, we can make it sound like a fight in a bar.
Watch out for good health. Underneath your feet it'll creep. And if you hang around too long, there'll be no one left to eat.
And then there's things that happen just because of the structure of the song. Here's a chance to take off. The best thing is to have a lot of time to play a song over and over again, and then you learn things about the phrasing and
The ones who live too well.
just taking a song and just playing the shit out of it. You're playing the chords, you're not playing the chords, you're playing the melody, you're taking it off, you come back. It's sort of like a launching point, and any song can be that. When I started doing that, the attitude of a lot of listeners was, what on earth are you doing? Like, it was some kind of bizarre thing. But the attitude of the country western musicians I met was great, you know. I remember meeting this guy that played bass with Dolly Parton, and he was like, you're keeping me sane with what you're doing, because, you know, there's not an opportunity to really stretch out, but there ought to be. It's just kind of locked in, you know, especially the way they make records in Nashville.
Well, the grass won't grow and the sun's too hot. The whole darn world is going to pot. Might as well like it, it's all we got. Maybe things will get a little better in the morning. Maybe things will get a little better.
I like combining humor and seriousness. I mean, that to me is about as interesting as you can get. To get people laughing when they think something's really serious, then you're really kind of operating on a lot of different levels. I've been involved with other musicians that were like offended that I was making the audience laugh.
Work your fingers to the bone. What do you get? Bony fingers. Work your fingers to the bone. What do you get? Bony fingers.
Definitely something you see if you study the history of music is that if somebody is funny, they're not taken as seriously. It's appreciated, but it's just not considered to be as serious a work or something if you're getting people. But it's not an easy thing to get people to laugh, but it's infectious. If you can get one person to laugh, you can probably get three to laugh, and you can get them all to laugh. I like it when they don't even know what they're laughing at. I've always had a problem with bad taste, you know. I mean, ever since I remember, I was always one of these people that got in trouble because I would go a little too far. I try to push it with stuff. I think that's an amusing part of music, and in the end, it's just music. I mean, how damaging can it be, really, to people's gentle psyches? There's something really great about completely clearing a room with music. Just with sound, offending people just with sound. It's easy to clear a room like taking a shit on stage or doing something stupid like that. But to just get people out with music, that's something that's not to be sniffed at, really. I mean,
Bongo's lute is voluminous, kept down on the family compound, hidden in rooms, each a different color. Each robbery is like a drop in the bucket, and then the bucket's still the ocean.
there's a pressure to conform to whatever, you know, to be one type of thing is the biggest pressure. For instance, with me, there's people that have said, you'd be more successful if you were just an instrumentalist, if you didn't sing. Or the opposite, I wish people knew what a great singer-songwriter you are, but because you do all this other stuff, you're not appreciated. So they want to pigeonhole you and have you do only one thing. And if you like doing different things, then it's sort of problematic, but it also keeps you from getting locked into some kind of environment that might not, you know, be healthy in the end.
In my dream, giant turtles flew the sky. I had a whole ocean just for me and my girls. The first one took such a long time. She'd ask me why, she told me no. Then she told me I should go.
Oh, I had my doubts here and there about why am I doing this? I should have gotten some kind of job that's more reliable, and then the next thing you know, that type of job, they're all out of work. I remember one party where at the end of the year I was with all these kind of businessmen, and they were all pissing and moaning about what a bad year it was, and I said, well, I had the best year I'd ever had. Of course, you know, I can tell the economy's bad now, but it hurts people like me less. For one reason, I'm already on the bottom, so. I had a guy the other day that'd been seeing me for 30 years or something, and he said, wow, it was the best concert I ever saw. So, you know, that's what I like to hear.
For those who say have a happy new year, I have no fear, we are all one. In my heart we are at peace. Happy New Year, we're all glad, there's none that's sad. Let's see you, Nakatani!